What's up, y'all? I'm Jeff Thrasher with the Thrasher House, and this is Thrasher Rules Soccer Tennis. I want to give y'all an introduction to the game that I love so much, and that I know one of these days it's going to be played in Red Bull venues, it's going to be played at Wimbledon, it's going to be played all around the world. I just know it. The universe has been telling me, you got to get this game out there. And so here we are. That's why we're talking about it now. Now, I originally learned this game from a man named Coach Blas at Forest Park Middle School. I was in 7th grade, Longview, Texas, late 80s. Now, in the late 80s, there were not many soccer players, not like there are now. Now, around the world, there's soccer players all over the place. But in East Texas in the United States, not so much. So if you were in soccer class, you were either a diehard soccer player or you didn't want to be in regular PE, or you're a skater or something like that. You were not one of the cool kids, and I was not one of the cool kids, but I was a diehard soccer player. When we started in 7th grade, there was a whole bunch of guys in my class. They were not very good soccer players. And I remember Blas getting out there, and we kind of had a scrimmage day, and he was kind of like, oh man, I've got to figure something out. So we started playing soccer tennis. And he put the cones out, no out of bounds lines, just cones were the markers, cones were the net. And it was amazing to watch people's talents grow. Guys who'd never played soccer a day in their life, but their talents grew rather quick. And that's because, like on a regular soccer field, if you're not a very good player, people don't pass you the ball. On a regular soccer field, it's huge and you do a whole lot of running. But on a soccer tennis court, it is very small. We were playing 4-on-4 on these maybe 12 foot by 12 foot little courts, same size on the other side. Real close and personal, So you have to get good real quick so that your teammates don't just cuss you the whole time. But you play with the ball so much, it's just in your face all the time, you can't help but get good at it. I mean, I remember watching these skaters and these kids who'd never played soccer a day in their life, their skills just grow like crazy. So I played that through middle school. And then in high school, we started playing at my house because my little brother was now playing it in middle school. And so we started playing at the house. And because the way our top of our driveway was set up, we kind of had to start making our own rules. Like, oh, if it hits the wall, it's okay. If it bounces off the fence, it's all right. Oh, guys, it's got to be at least this high to serve the ball. We started implementing certain rules, and Blas had his own rules that we went off of. Like, serve has to be drop kicked, and the serve has to be minimum head high of the shortest competitor. So there were certain rules that we did play by, but then we kind of started adding in our own little spins and twists. And that's where we started calling it Thrasher Rules Soccer Tennis. At the house, we had people who would come over and watch me and Eric and Lance and a couple of neighborhood kids play. And typically all soccer players, they would sit around and watch us play. But people wanted to get out there and start playing with us. Kids who'd never played soccer before. And I guarantee you that if we would have been on a full-size soccer field, they never would have stepped out there and played with us. But right there on that 23 feet wide by 13 foot deep little court, same size on both sides, right? That's not very big. It's small. It's intimate. Ball's going to be in your face. We started playing with guys who had never played before, anywhere from my nephew who's 5 years old. Seriously, teaching 5, 6-year-olds how to play, and he was getting good. To people that were 16 years old, never touched the ball a day in their life, that you would think would never be a good soccer player. And probably on a regular field, they wouldn't be. But on Thrasher Rules Soccer Tennis at the Thrasher House, they were a formidable weapon. They were to be dealt with. They were weapons out there. You would never think that just looking at them, but they step out there and a whole different person comes out. That's the beauty of soccer tennis, is that I can take anyone, almost any age group, and I can turn them into a beast on the soccer tennis court. There's not a whole lot of running. It's just a whole lot of really fine-tuned skills. And that's what you get when you play soccer tennis. Now, there's things that we do, like you could play with a regular ball. We did play with a regular ball for a long time, but because the spin that we put on the ball, we were chewing balls up left and right. So that's why we adopted the giant tennis ball. That's right. It's a giant tennis ball. It's a 9.5-inch ball, and I absolutely love playing with this. A couple of reasons why. One, we don't tear as many soccer balls up doing that. These things are a lot more, they can take abuse a lot better than a regular soccer ball. And when guys are playing up close to the net, because we play with a low net, it's only 17 inches high. When you're playing with a low net and you crank that ball at somebody and it bounces off of them, it doesn't hurt quite as bad as getting hit by a regular soccer ball. Or when you crank the ball at somebody and it goes flying past them and it hits one of the windows in the house, there's probably a pretty good chance that it's not going to carry as much weight as a regular soccer ball, so hopefully it doesn't break windows. And that was the case most of the time. Most of the time, we didn't break as many windows with that soccer ball. But the beautiful thing about Thrasher Rules soccer tennis is you can make a net out of almost anything. I'm going to show y'all how to make a net out of 4 cones, 18-inch tall cones, and some electrical conduit. You know, just piping for running electrical wires, 3/4 inch. I mean, super simple, okay? Really easy to do this stuff. You can play it in your driveway. You can play it in your yard. You can play it anywhere. You don't need some type of special table. You don't need anything special. You just need a ball, whether it's one of these, which are super cheap. They're like $10, or you can use a regular soccer ball. It doesn't matter. As long as you're playing by our rules, and you're gonna see, you're gonna wind up making the Mitchell rules, because there are certain things that are gonna adapt to your house. You know, or the Jones rules, Jones rules soccer tennis. And that's what we want. We want people to adopt this game and take the rules that we've made and make it your own. Now, when it comes to playing when we get to the point where we're playing tournaments, we're going to have set rules. We're going to have things that it is going to be 23 feet wide by 13 feet by 13 feet on each side. The net will be 17 inches tall. There will be specifics to it. Now remember, one of the things that I love about this game is that there's no referees in this game. No referees. It's decided by the people that are on the court. So if there's a discrepancy on the court of that was in or that was out and that was in, and they're sitting there getting all hot about it, reserve instantly. There is no fighting in Thrasher Rules soccer tennis. Now, there's going to be some really tense moments, and I love those, because that means that you're fired up and you're in it. And that's exciting. We want that. But we're not here to fight. We're here to have fun and have a blast playing this game that I love so much. And one of these days, I'm telling you, Wimbledon, Red Bull, all these people are going to have Thrasher Rules soccer tennis. It's going to be awesome. So here soon, I'm going to be putting out some videos on how to make a net. And I'm going to be putting out videos on how to serve and how to return to serve and stuff like that. I'm going to break it down. Okay, so this is just an introduction, just to kind of get you in the head of Jeff Thrasher and why I am just overwhelmed with the emotions of I have to share this game with the universe. So thanks for stopping by, and again, welcome to Thrasher Rules Soccer Tennis. Later, y'all.